Video by saying that this hunt took place on private land, and it is over corn. So if that's not your thing, I get it. I do hunt a lot of public, but this is my own piece of property. I only have a few acres. I do have a little food plot planted, but just wanted to say if that's something that's not your thing or you're into, hey, no hard feelings. Just wanted to let everybody everybody know going into it that there is corn. With that, this video kind of hurts a little bit. You know, you put so much time and effort in, and from summertime to planning to spending money to watching cameras, buying cameras, and then you figure it out. So I figured this deer out, and he's not the biggest deer out there, but would have been the first one on this property. My own piece of property was with my bow. And with that, you know, I figured out what wind he liked, figured out pretty much what direction he was going to come in based off that wind into the area, and how to hunt, you know, the corn without getting busted by him, because there was a certain wind, east wind, that he really preferred, but it was not good for me. In no way, shape, or form, no matter how I could have hunted it, that he wouldn't have busted me. Northeast wind he really liked, but it was better for me. It was off just enough that I could go in and I could have the wind in my favor a little bit to where I believed it wasn't going to spook him. And, you know, ultimately that plan was worked out. So, but you do all the time, spend all the money, and the plan works out. And then it goes from there. So I'll let y'all watch the video. What's going on, everybody? So it is September 20th today here in Georgia, and I actually have not been out hunting yet, so I didn't go opening weekend. Today is Friday the 20th, and I've had a group of bucks behind my house. They've kind of been here in the summer, kind of not though. I would get a picture here, they'd be gone for 2 weeks, get a picture here, be gone for 2 weeks, get a picture, be gone, etc. Well, about 4 days ago, this 9-pointer, this 8-pointer showed up during the middle of the night and then left, didn't come back. And so I figured same thing, there's some soybeans planted and I'm sure they were feeding in there, but I drove by there about a week ago and they're starting to brown out. So I think that they're starting to transition from that, they're starting to split up. And this morning during daylight hours, the 9-pointer showed up behind my house and was feeding. And so he was there for probably 10-15 minutes and then he left. And so my thought is he didn't go very far to bed, and I'm hoping that him and that 8-pointer split up and he's honed in on this area and is going to be back tonight. We had a nice cold front last week. It was like high of 75. It was beautiful, but today it's 90. So that's usually how it goes. I didn't hunt because really didn't have anything to chase, and thought about getting out and shooting a doe on public land, but I just really hadn't had much time to scout. Been super busy at work, and so just decided to opt out, get some cameras out, and try to find some deer to hunt. And so this deer's shown up, so I'm getting dressed. It's almost 4 o'clock. We're gonna head out and go get in the blind. I got a blind back there. My food plot I planted a week ago, we got a bunch of rain, it's green. Of course, got the corn back there. So we're gonna get in there and see what happens. Hopefully he shows up. If not, there's a bunch of deer, has been a bunch of deer back there. So either way, we should hopefully see something, as long as the wind doesn't screw us up, bust us, which it should be fairly decent from where they typically come from. So I'm getting my stuff together now. I'll see y'all in a little bit. Dang, deer right there. Well, that ain't good. I just turned the camera on. I didn't even know that deer was there. It just took off running, but it's early enough. I think we can get in here and be okay. That sucked. Hopefully it wasn't that buck. Never saw it, just heard it running. It was better right there. We ain't got far to go, just down here. So if y'all saw, as soon as I rounded the corner up there, a buck him after if he had slipped in and bedded basically right by my house, or if it was a doe. So normally though the does that are back here have fawns with them, so that's gonna make it seem like it was a buck, but I don't know. Hopefully it wasn't. Fingers crossed. It's early though. It's 4 o'clock. If he's hanging around these houses, he's used to seeing people, so maybe it just pushed him back. He ran back this way in front of me, and so maybe it didn't spook him too bad. But I had to get my bow holder in the ground right here. I had to get it set. Got to figure out the range to the corn and all that good stuff. But as of right now, we are set up, ready to go. Now that I'm in here, next time I come bring some corn for my wife to rifle hunt, I see some stuff I need to cut and clean up so she can get a couple more shots. So we'll worry about that later. But 4:15, we got 3 hours, 45 minutes until it starts. So y'all hang tight. Alright, y'all, it is October 3rd. This is the third hunt for the 9-point that I got behind my house. So he daylighted last Friday at about 6 p.m. after the storm. Hunted him Saturday. Of course, he didn't show up. Nothing on Sunday. I didn't hunt, but no pictures. And then Monday night he showed up about 7:30, 5ish, and last night he showed up at 7:20. Kind of same wind as the last couple days, so I'm hoping slip back in here. It's about 4:30 now, 4:38, 4:40. So I'm hoping to slip back in here. Got a few hours, and hoping he's going to repeat it again and we can get a shot. So he's not the biggest deer out there, but he would be the first deer off my own property with my bow. So that is the plan, to hopefully get in there and get a shot at him. Pray that it works out tonight, and all we can do is give it a shot. So about to get my pack here, got my bow, got my stuff, and we're gonna slip in this blind and see what happens. Y'all stay tuned. the time being. Be quiet. See what happens. Fingers crossed. Hopefully tonight's the night. Just had 7 come in. I don't know if I ever got them all at once in the frame, but there were 7. And the whole time, I don't know. I mean, really, from the moment they came out the woods, they were real on edge the whole time. And they would kind of feed and then kind of go feed and go, and then 5 of them got pretty comfortable and they fed for probably 20 minutes. But then they finally all, I mean, they've been here probably about 45 minutes, give or take, I don't know. And they all kind of fed off. 2 of them or 3 of them were still standing there feeding. And the ones back there in the woods just took off running, so the rest of them took off after them. So, but it's only 6 o'clock. Still got an hour and a half at least, so maybe that's a good sign, moving early. So we're gonna sit tight and see what happens. figured out when he was coming in there on the winds. And skipped it right off the top of his back. Golly. That's probably gonna booger him up for a little bit because it hit him. But it unfortunately, that seems to be my luck lately. I mean, I practice, I shoot my bow, but I don't know if I'm having target panic or what's going on. So I was anchored. I mean, hold felt good. I mean, I shot fairly quick, but I made sure I was anchored and all that before I released. So. See here till dark. I doubt he shows back up, but cause it hit him, but it not lethal. So.